that I have for you today is, what do you love most about Deep Blue? And as a follow-up to that, how do you use it? How do you teach people to use it? And what have you seen happen as a result? So start getting your keyboards out, and we'll come back to the comments. We'll circle back towards the end of our conversation and share some of the things that you're teaching us, because we always learn best when we learn together. But with no further ado, let's go ahead and deep dive into Deep Blue. And this conversation is facilitated so kindly. Oops, let's see. This conversation is facilitated so kindly today. Did we optimize for video sharing and sound? Yes. Because doTERRA is doing us an incredible solid this month. They are providing a free full-size 5 milliliter bottle of Deep Blue essential oil for every single person who utilizes the rewards program this month. Whether you're a brand new customer purchasing things for the very first time and you select to become a rewards member at that moment, or if you've been a member with doTERRA for any length of time and you purchase 125 PV or more of products through the rewards program, you are going to get a free full-size bottle of Deep Blue, and that is an extraordinary value. You also have the opportunity to get 10% off the Deep Blue stick, which is very, very exciting, something we're really, really happy about. These are two products that we cannot get enough of in our home. I don't know, some of you guys have been with us for a while will remember that our oldest son served a mission in Argentina, the very southern tip of Argentina. And he took a lot of these products with him on his mission. But when he left, and I was going through his bedroom trying to get it ready for his younger brother to move into, we found over 100 bottles in various states of use of Deep Blue polyphenols, Deep Blue rub, Deep Blue stick, Deep Blue oil. It is just something that as a competitive athlete and as a young man, he shared often with his teammates, and he, was holding out for the day that we found a really great recycling option, I guess, for the bottles. So it's just something that we utilize in our home on a regular basis. In fact, we had to make a rule with our Deep Blue bottle. We keep this here in our office, 32 ounces. We have one up here, we have one downstairs in our home gym, and we had to actually make a rule that you're not allowed to move it from the place that Mom puts it. So, and I'm not going to name any names, but I did find one of the missing bottles in somebody's locker at the hospital. So
I don't know who that was.
I don't know. We're not going to name names, but we know that we love this. We know that you love this. So get into the comments, share your stories and experiences, and we can't wait to share those that have already been submitted. So with no further ado, Doc, let's get talking about, from a physician's perspective, from a functional nutritionist, clinical aromatherapist perspective, what is so unique and wonderful about Deep Blue? How should people use it? And what difference is it going to make in this world where we are dealing so much with the problem of pain?
So for me, one of the biggest things about Deep Blue is that it's so good at easing discomfort. Okay. Yeah. And not only does it ease discomfort, it actually helps to improve functionality and improves tissue healing overall. When it comes down to it, the reason we're experiencing discomfort and pain is because we have tissue damage. Okay. And in order to heal that damage, we don't need to block the pain receptors, because that isn't promoting healing. That's just stopping pain. What we need to do is get to that root cause and heal that cellular damage, which is causing the tissue damage, which is causing the pain. Okay. And I love that with Deep Blue, we get both that root cause solution and also really good pain relief at the same time. So it's doing both in a way which is going to be supportive, because it's helping the body to heal. It's not addictive. It doesn't impair you in any way. Okay, hang on. I take that back. It is really addictive because it feels good. It feels good not to have discomfort, but it doesn't create bad habits of addiction.
Right. And when that was a joke that Dr. Goff just made. Of course, we recognize that addiction in its true form is so damaging and destroys life. And so when he says that it can be habit forming, we mean that it's just so good you'll want to keep coming back for more. But unlike so many traditional approaches to pain management. This is not addictive. It is not something that you're going to become heavily dependent on, and it's not something that's going to cause rebound effects or other issues in your body. In fact, we say that while so many other things pharmaceutically over the counter and other ways have side effects, with Deep Blue, you're just going to find side benefits. Not only is it going to help with inflammation and get right to the root causes of things in our tissues and in our cells, but it's also going to be relaxing and calming and just be such a wonderful thing that you can use prophylactically and also as a solution for just acute and chronic issues that you can really find relief by getting to the root. So
you know, and I'd love to see in the chat ways that you guys are using it.
absolutely.
How are you using it? One of the ways that I like to use it is just, as you said, before I go work out, right? If I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling a little stiff, I love that I can reach for Deep Blue, massage it onto the area where I have the discomfort, and it really helps me to stretch out my muscles to ease them up so that I can then go throughout my day with a lot less discomfort or have a good workout. And then after my workout, once I've showered, cooled off a little bit, I love putting it on my muscle areas just to help speed recovery.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So what is inside
Right.
that makes all of this true? And what is the science behind it? First, let's talk about wintergreen. So wintergreen is almost entirely made up of a component called methyl salicylate, which is highly lipophilic. So it penetrates our skin rapidly. And what's really cool is it's actually converted in our liver to salicylic acid. And salicylic acid, you know, like synthetically, is produced and is very commonly used as wet.
Right. We use it as a pain medication. We use it well, a lot of times when people are having chest discomfort.
And salicylic acid is
Aspirin. Sorry,
aspirin,
that's
right?
what specifically we're going for. It's one of the main ingredients in aspirin, which is one of the first pain medications as a pharmaceutical. And the reason for that is because it acts on a COX pathway. It's a COX inhibitor, which helps to reduce inflammation within the cell and in the tissues.
And explain to us, Dr. Goff, what does a COX, when you say this is a COX inhibitor, what specifically does that mean?
So COX is an enzyme which helps in a breakdown of cellular products, which leads to inflammation. So by being able to modulate that reaction, we're able to have a positive impact on inflammation. Now, why is it important to modulate inflammation? It's because we do need some inflammation.
Yeah,
inflammation is actually
healthy.
Right. It's healthy. When I did a run today, so when I run, when I exert myself, my muscles are stressed a little bit. Okay. And that's good when it comes to training because it's helping my muscles to get stronger. But I need inflammatory changes to help that healing process of my muscles. Okay.
Right.
So what does inflammation do? It increases blood flow to the area. It brings a lot of cytokines, pro-inflammatory constituents, which help to bring everything to that tissue to promote healing. Okay. And that's a good thing.
Right.
But after that acute phase, we really want it to temper down so that we don't have ongoing inflammatory changes, which can lead to tissue damage. Okay.
Right. And it's really important to remember that the studies that were released by Roseman University really apply when we're talking about wintergreen essential oil because, you know, in our liver, it takes the methyl salicylate and converts it to salicylic acid. And salicylic acid, again, just isolated all by itself and synthesized synthetically, chemically in laboratories, is sold as aspirin. But what Roseman University found is that the chemical constituency in essential oils like wintergreen and the others that we're going to talk about, when brought together synergistically and naturally created the way that the earth has created them and provided them for us, actually provides an incredible synergy that's both healing and therapeutic and doesn't have negative side effects. So salicylic acid in the form of aspirin all by itself can very easily and quickly lead to salicylate toxicity. I always say it wrong. He laughs at me so much. Say it for me.
salicylate toxicity.
Right, which is why it's not safe for children to use, and adults have to use it in very measured doses, and over long periods of time, it can become very problematic. But with wintergreen, because of its beautifully balanced, perfect chemistry, and especially in this blend, is just one of many things that work together synergistically. It's safe, it's effective, and it gets to the root of what we are talking about. But there's so much more. Helichrysum is just an unsung hero. Just the other day, we were on a boating expedition on the 4th of July, and our son was getting back up onto the back of the boat that we were on. The ladder came down and hit his face, and there was a massive gash along his hairline and on his nose. And I mean, like gaping. So luckily for us, Dr. Goff always comes prepared with, staples and stitches and glue. And I like to come prepared with my essential oils. And so obviously with a cut like that to the head, you guys can surmise what the state of things were. And so we acted quickly together, and I was so grateful to have my bottled helichrysum available. We applied that, and almost instantly things were able to get under control. It helped with the bruising of the tissue, the bleeding.
Yeah.
It really helped get things under control while Dr. Goff could get set up and ready to go. Just as a side piece to the story, of course, can you guys guess the 2 other essential oils that I pulled out of my essentials kit that I always have with me when we're out and about? Anybody? What do you guys think in the chat? I pulled out lavender essential oil, which we place sublingually under Noah's tongue, right underneath his nose, and a little bit onto the cuts for some like natural anesthesiologic, but also calming effects. He was a little dazed and confused. It was quite a blow to the head, but also some anxiety. And we also pulled out Copaiba, which we're going to be talking about and highlighting more as we talk about the Deep Blue Stick here in a moment. But again, we used Copaiba sublingually for its calming, sedative, just systemic benefits. Also, it's like anti all the bad things benefits, and then applied it topically to again help with that healing process before things even got underway. And then his dad, luckily, we always travel with our own emergency physician, and he was able to get them all put back together really quickly. But within a very short period of time, Noah was feeling none of the bad parts of the confusion or stress or anxiety that he was feeling, and his pain was able to be managed almost immediately. His bleeding and bruising was able to be halted in its tracks. We absolutely love helichrysum. It's a very rare but very powerful essential oil that encourages all kinds of wonderful things, energy and vitality, but also control and peace and serenity within the tissues and in the humans that it's applied to. So we're so grateful that helichrysum, it's a soft tissue hero. It's also what I go first for when there's ever anything with bone involvement, bleeding involvement, bruise involvement. And so we're so grateful that this unsung hero is a part of this incredible synergy in Deep Blue. We also have Blue Tansy.
Right. And I love Blue Tansy. So a lot of people are like, what makes Deep Blue so blue? It's the Blue Tansy. And the reason for that, it's a floral essential oil, and it's got its chemical constituents is chamazoline. Okay. And that gives it this really nice deep blue. Now, does it get on the skin? Absolutely. Okay. If you ever use Blue Tansy by itself, it's definitely going to make your skin turn a little bit blue for a short time. But who doesn't like to look like a Smurf from time to time? Why would we put it on our skin if it does that? It's because it is so good for the skin. It really helps to cleanse the skin, to soothe the skin, to calm the skin. And so it is so great as a topical application in Deep Blue to really allow the penetration of the other oils into the deep tissues.
Right.
Okay?
And it's kind of like a serum of youth. It instantly breathes vitality, and that it does give that deep azure color that when applied topically is kind of fun for a moment and then fades away. But synergistically in this blend, Blue Tansy really provides soothing, calming, wonderful effects to the affected areas that you're applying it to, while also helping to promote emotional resiliency. And then, of course, we've got ylang ylang, which is like the hero of emotional resiliency.
Absolutely. Yeah. This is another floral essential oil, which I love for its calming properties. I mainly use this to kind of help with blood pressure regulation because it's so good at promoting feelings of calm, relaxation, which is really going to help to reduce the stress.
Right.
It also does that at a cellular level, helping to reduce stress, which is what we want to do when we've got irritated and inflamed tissues.
So it makes so much sense that it is a hero in this synergy with Deep Blue. Then we've got osmanthus, which is used for irritated anything, irritated skin, irritated emotions, irritated hormones, irritated. When you think irritation, think osmanthus. There are several blends that we have that it's a part of. Occasionally, it's available as a limited time offer. Whenever you can get your hands on osmanthus, whether it's in a blend or individually, make sure you do it, and always be grateful that it's part of Deep Blue because it is the anti-irritation piece to this beautiful symphony that just makes such a beautiful synergistic beneficial part to the Deep Blue blend. And then we've got peppermint. And I just love the chemistry, like even the pharmacokinetic, like analysis that's been done. We've been doing more and more research into the pharmacokinetics, or how things actually interact with in your body, metabolizes things, like not just does it work, but how does it work and why does it work biochemically within our bodies. So peppermint essential oil is absorbed through the stratum corneum, which is really interesting, and it reaches the dermis very, very quickly, very, very rapidly. So it will bind, like the mechanism of action, it's different than the COX inhibitors, actually.
Right. So have you ever put peppermint on your skin and you've had that cooling sensation as if as if you've got a cold, something cold on your skin? The reason for that is because peppermint is actually activating one of the receptors in the skin, which is responsible for detecting cold. So it gives that cooling.
TRPM8.
Yeah, TRPM8. You won't be tested on that though.
But that is where you're
Yeah,
cooling.
that is
It's
the
histologic.
that is a receptor which your body's detecting, and it allows more chemistry to occur, which is going to, as you said, promotes analgesic or pain relieving properties topically as you apply it.
And what's really cool is that think about this, just the overarching symphony and synergy that's going on. But while peppermint adds that vasoconstrictive effect, that cooling effect, that calming effect, wintergreen at the same time is playing its chords with a vasodilating effect, like you're alternating the benefits of heat and cold simply by adding this beautiful blend into your self-care routine. So peppermint is wonderful. It is refreshing. It smells incredible. I mean, this blend, how many of you guys, tell us in the comments, how many of you guys are obsessed with the aroma of this blend? Like, I can't get enough of it. Whenever I'm wearing it, people are like, oh my goodness, you smell so good. I'm like, yeah, I feel so good, right? Like this is so, so great. But we also have blue chamomile and camphor bark, which are two things that are unique to this blend. So osmanthus, camphor bark, and blue chamomile, you can't buy them individually from doTERRA, but the camphor is a very, very important part of the chemistry of this incredible, incredible blend. So you want to talk to us a little bit about what you love about camphor?
Right, so camphor bark, this is really used in massage therapy.
Yeah.
The reason it's used in massage therapy is because it really does a great job at soothing and easing the affected areas. So one of the ways I really like to use Deep Blue isn't just to put it on, but to really massage it in. Okay, that really helps to kind of stimulate the tissues, stimulate the blood flow, allow improved circulation, and helps to promote healing.
Well, what's really cool is camphor actually, it has rapid transdermal absorption, like super, super fast. And so it just helps everything work so, so fast, so much quicker. So it's a counter irritant, right? Which is really great. And it activates different receptors. So we've already talked about the COX inhibitors. We've already talked about the TRP and 8 receptors. But what is the specific mechanism of action, like speaking pharmacokinetically for camphor?
So with camphor, it's activating the TRPV1 and the TRP A1 receptors. And what that's gonna
is so cool.
Right, and what that's gonna allow you to do is to help to reduce the pain response as well.
Yeah.
So, as we said, it's going to help to reduce pain while also promoting healing, which is a 2-for-1 knockout. And why I love Deep Blue so much, because it actually makes a difference.
Absolutely. And what's really great about it is in its natural form, synergistically blended, perfectly balanced in the Deep Blue, it is able to be excreted in the urine very, very safely and effectively. Sometimes people will look at camphor and think, oh my goodness, like, is this safe? Is this going to be effective? But we know that in the blend, the way that it's used, it's actually hepatoprotective, which is so, so cool, because that's not always true of camphor. And so we're just like, hats off to doTERRA. The way that you blended and synergize this is just absolutely masterful. And then finally, we've got blue chamomile, or German chamomile. All right.
Yeah, and German chamomile, this is going to be warming, kind of like a nice herbal aroma. It's going to be calming and soothing to the tissue as
Right.
well. So I love that when you get all of these ingredients together, all of this chemistry, you are going to have a wide, profound effect, which is really going to help reduce pain, mask pain, while also promoting healing within the tissue, anti-inflammatory properties as it activates different pathways. This is a really, really good way. And it's the reason why it is so popular, a product when it comes to doTERRA's lineup. Like Deep Blue is an absolute must.
And it's not just popular, it's actually very, very valuable. So, like, quick quiz, guys, did you guys know, like, this bottle is retails at over $50, $50.67 retail for this bottle that you're going to get free with any rewards order or initial order, where you enter the rewards program of 125 PV or more on or before the 15th of this month. And in addition to that, you'll get 10 to 30% of your order back that you can then use as a shopping spree for whatever you want. And you can also, if you're adding the foundational wellness, any of the foundational wellness bundles that include VMG Plus and E Omega Plus, any of those bundles, you can get a Deep Blue for free anytime during the month when your order meets or exceeds 125 PV, and includes that bundle of EMG Plus and E Omega Plus. We like to get it in the Foundational Wellness Trio that also includes a PB Restore, just because we don't just want to deal with pain when it comes. We want to stop and all the things that could cause us to have more pain. We want to live younger, longer. So this is a free gift to you from doTERRA all month long, one per account on the rewards program. And it is such a great thing. We should be talking about it way more than we do. So there's some really cool resources behind the bottle. And if you guys look in the comments, if you're not one that loves QR codes, fear not. Miss Melody is here, and in the comments, she will actually be posting a direct link that leads you to where this QR code goes, that has many of these resources. But there's one that we really do want to show you and enjoy together that highlights the brilliance and majesty of that first ingredient we talked about, wintergreen essential oil. Because we know that how you do anything is how you do everything. And the way that doTERRA works with individual farmers and cooperatives right on the ground, the way that doTERRA makes it a point to go to the places in the world where God created environments where things can grow naturally and in their very best way, and making sure that we're benefiting lives on both sides of the bottles, not just the consumers, but also the people who harvest and distill and work so hard to provide these wonderful resources to us, that we're doing right by everyone is just so very important. And it makes us so grateful and so proud to be aligned with such a wonderful company. So with no further ado, check this out. Truly, what a gift it is to be aligned with a company that is so invested in pursuing what's pure. The products and the process and the people matter deeply to doTERRA. It matters to us, and you're here today because it matters to you. So thank you for checking that out with us. We absolutely love this. We hope you'll go and check out the other links that we gave you on that QR code, and that Melody just put in the notes. And all of this, of course, is going to be linked on our Heights platform, education platform, with all of these slides. All of the links to everything is going to be there. But let's get a little nerdy for a second. Again, is that okay with you? All right, so there was a really cool study done by one of our dear friends and colleagues, Dr. Paul Winterton, and some other researchers. Do you want to kind of talk us through this, Dr. Goff?
Yeah, absolutely. So this was using Deep Blue and Copaiba on individuals with arthritis affecting their hands. Now, who has a friend, a loved one, or personally has arthritis in their hands? Okay, you know that it can be a real problem doing basic things. Okay. And you know, it's amazing the dexterity our fingers have and how we take it for granted. When you meet someone who has a pretty severe arthritis, you realize just how lucky you are to have good dexterity, because it's a painful process. It limits mobility. And so what I love about this study is they said, well, let's see what would happen if we use a 50-50 mixture of Copaiba and Deep Blue and massage it into the hands.
And they use the AromaTouch hand technique to do this in the study. That is so important. If you don't know what the AromaTouch hand technique is, Miss Melody will post a link to it in our comments for you guys. And there's lots of education on it on the Heights platform, on the AromaTouch itself. The AromaTouch hand technique is critical and key. So they use Deep Blue oil, they use Copaiba essential oil, and they use the AromaTouch hand technique to apply it. And what did they find,
Right.
Doc?
And so what they did that twice a day for 5 days. And then they compared that to just using fractionated coconut oil. So that was the control group.
So they did massage without the oils and then massage with the Deep Blue and Copaiba.
Right. And what they found was that the Copaiba and Deep Blue group had significant reduction in pain, improved finger flexion and mobility, and they were able to perform dexterity tasks a lot quicker.
Okay. They had a 50% decrease in their pain scores, increased finger strength, significant increased angle of maximum flexion compared to subjects treated with the coconut oil and hand technique alone, which shows you that within 5 days, just 5 days, 10 treatments total, applying these oils in such a wonderful, loving way, there is significant improvement. And this wasn't just one participant or two participants. This was actually 36 participants in an orthopedic institute, a very well-respected and regarded orthopedic institute in Utah.
What's really cool when we found out about this, we shared it with one of your relatives. I'm trying to remember which one it was. Was it your grandma? Yeah. And she was just amazed at how better her hands were feeling. So she started sharing it.
Yeah.
And it just kind of spread like wildfire.
Right.
Because when you find something that makes a difference, it's easy to share.
And we know that this is true. There are so many different ways that you can utilize Deep Blue, that you can utilize these amazing essential oils. Don't panic. You don't have to write too quickly. All of these slides are going to be available for you on our education platform. You don't have to worry, and all are welcome. Everyone is always invited sort of a platform, but there's just so many ways that you can use it in a post-workout spray, in a lovely bath soak, in a diffuser blend. You can use it as in different rollerball recipes for specific things like head tension, muscle and joint issues, bone support, cramps, etc., right? But let's see what you guys had to say about this. We asked you for your experiences and listen to what people had to say. Delia said, Deep Blue is awesome for knee pain or any pain for that matter. I use it every day for any joint pain I may have, and it works.
Hey, Nicole says, Deep Blue on my legs after runs helped me to run 2 5Ks for the first time ever. This was after having 2 kids.
Go, Nicole.
All righty. Deep Blue on my legs after runs Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It was so good we did it twice.
Daniel said, you know how frankincense is the king of oils? Well, let's just say Deep Blue is my mom's king of oils. It's her go-to oil for everything. She uses it for sleep, relaxation, muscle discomfort, and support. You name it, she'll go to it for Deep Blue. And honestly, I don't blame her. I cannot keep that oil in stock. It's a phenomenal oil blend and one of my favorites.
Okay, Robin said, well, the deep blue oil is what brought me to doTERRA. We had the grandkids on a long car trip. The little guy fell asleep with his legs crossed in the car seat. All of a sudden, he starts screaming and he has his legs straight out. Oh, poor guy. Because he had fallen asleep. So I grabbed Deep Blue Roller and before
Good job, Mama.
this was before the stick was available, rolled it on, and the hurt started to stop immediately, and he went back to sleep. A huge win for Deep Blue. I never leave home without my Deep Blue products.
So Robin, Lana says, my mom was having a bursitis flare up. Hadn't gotten dressed in 2 weeks. Can you guys imagine that? I was fairly new with doTERRA, but I had her try the Deep Blue, layered it with white fur. Now we would use Siberian fur. And then the next night, I had her try lemongrass layered with Deep Blue. She said she felt more relief using the white fur. Now we use Douglas fir, but she said she went from a pain level that was intolerable. She had not been out of the house in weeks to no pain at all. Oh, how I love Deep Blue. And Dr. Goff, you know how serious bursitis can be,
Yeah.
and the kinds of medications and things that people are put on for life with that. Like, to be able to utilize this, and after weeks of not being able to get dressed or leave the house, like Lana, she is so blessed to have a daughter who's a wellness advocate like you.
So I'm just gonna take okay, let's read this one and I'll share something. So my Deep Blue experience was using it for knee pain. I put it on and the pain was gone and I could walk up a set of stairs with no pain. Then for my shoulder, my upline put Aroma Touch on first, then Deep Blue. That combo lasted longer, and that's how I use it now. So
Go, Joanne.
Aroma Touch Essential Oil and Deep Blue is a great combo.
Yeah, layering is so wonderful. Just like in the study, they used Copaiba and Deep Blue together. That synergy is so good that they decided to put it together and put it in a stick. But Joanne, just like you talked about, and like others have talked about here, Lana, like layering with other things can also add synergistic amplifying effects that are just so wonderful. So thank you guys for sharing these. These are just a sampling of some of the wonderful stories that you guys all shared with us when we asked these questions. We're so very grateful for you guys. Thank you for your pro tips. So you said you wanted to add something. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, so I'm an emergency physician. Like, I worked yesterday and I saw like at least like 3 people who were there just for pain. Okay. And I love how in these examples, it's like, you know what? Like, we have options. And I used to tease Ruth a lot because when we travel, she's got this little
bag of oils
bag where she's got like, I don't even know how many oils in. And I'm like, do we really need that? But the answer is yes. Yes, we do need that. And I love having it
all the time now.
Right. Because as you know, just as you saw, like with Robin, like her son wakes up and or grandson wakes up and's got a lot of pain in the leg. What are you gonna do? Right. I love that it's so easy to have essential oils on hand, and they're so versatile, so easy to use that you can use it while you're driving in the car and make an impact, make a difference. The fact that we're able to take care of Noah, you know, now having my skills just was icing on the cake, but being able to like clean the wound, put something on it which is going to help it to not get affected, to stop the bleeding, to ease the pain, that makes all the difference when you're in the middle of a lake. Like that, that was empowering.
And that would have given us the tools that we needed. If we didn't have an emergency physician with his emergency kit right on hand, that would have given us everything that we needed to confidently and simply get our son to the care that he needed to get stitched up and taken care of. And so like these tools, anyone anywhere can take them with you. They are empowering. They are just so very important to have on hand for when life happens, because life does happen. Another thing that we always love to have on hand, we keep it in every car, every bag, all the time. All of our kids have them. They keep giving them to their friends. I have to order it like it's going out of style, and there's good reason. The Deep Blue Stick, which is 10% off this month, thank you, doTERRA, is infused with deep blue oil plus the beneficial properties of copaiba. Together, these offer such powerful targeted relief and do so many things to just make such a difference. And Dr. Goff, we've talked at length about all of the individual benefits and chemistry of all these oils, except for we haven't talked about copaiba. And I know that this is your favorite single oil. You use it, I see you multiple times every day. But do you want to teach us a little bit about the pharmacokinetics and the biochemistry?
Okay, I'll keep it short.
Okay.
All right. The basic biochemistry is that copaiba activates or is a CB2 agonist. So why is that important? The endocannabinoid system is a very powerful system throughout the body which interacts with multiple other systems and functions that the body does. By activating the CB2 receptor in a positive way, allows the chemistry of copaiba to have a profound change across multiple systems within the body. It can produce systemic calming, anti-inflammatory properties, helps with pain, helps with nervousness. It's good for general repair of tissues. So you can use it topically,
Right.
internally. Like, it is a phenomenal essential oil that has, like, it will affect just about every system within the body. So for me, like, I love taking my frankincense daily and I love taking my copaiba daily because, especially those two come together, you're going to have a powerful effect throughout the entire body.
Absolutely. And
So,
because it is a CB2 analog, sorry.
No, I was going to say, and why is it in the Deep Blue Stick? Because when we use it topically, it really, really helps with tissue repair and with pain modulation.
Absolutely. And it just provides that systemic calming, anti-inflammatory like boost that we're looking for. That's so wonderful. And Dee points out a very important point, which is that since the stick and actually the oil itself too, but the stick has more than 10% menthol, we can actually claim it's an FDA cleared, verified claim that this can be used for pain and is very effective for pain. All right. So I know that a lot of people, the alarm bells go off when we say words like pain modulation because of compliance concerns and different things. But this is actually a government cleared claim that is proven to be true, shown to be true, not just through mounds and mounds of research and studies, but this is an FDA cleared claim that because this has more than 10% menthol, it can and should be used for pain as a wonderful natural solution for pain. We love this stick. We're obsessed with this stick. We need to tell the whole world about this stick. It is so, so good. So there are so many studies here that we want to talk about with copaiba. Do you want to kind of run us through the 10-second highlights of each of these here?
So the
And
first,
Melody will put the links to them as you talk about them in the comments.
okay, so the first one is just talking about how, as a beta-caryophyllene agonist, it's going to support the body's natural inflammatory response. Okay, so it's going to help to control systemic inflammation when taken internally, regional or local inflammation when used topically. Skin soothing. Okay, there have been studies which have shown how applying copaiba topically helps to soothe irritated skin. It reduces redness quicker. So it's great for sensitive skin, for irritated skin, and especially for topical applications. Pain relief. Okay, I love that. Again, there's other studies showing that this is a natural analgesic, which is going to help to reduce discomfort when applied topically. All right. And where do you apply it? You apply it where it hurts.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a powerful antioxidant. The study is showing how it helps to combat oxidative stress. Oxidative stress leads to more cellular and tissue damage. And so this is a great way to reverse that. And then you've got alpha-humulene contributes to copaiba's ability. This is another chemical constituent. It's not the main one. The beta-carotene is the main one, but alpha-humulene is a
unsung hero.
Unsung hero. There you go. I like that. which is also going to help to have a positive effect when it comes to tissue repair and recovery from physical strain and exertion.
Absolutely. So the links and the information references on all of these studies, Miss Melody has just put into the meeting chat. If you're catching this on replay, don't worry, fear not. It's all available on Heights along with the slides that you can download. All of these resources are going to be available to you by tomorrow. And so share away. The world needs to know. The world needs to know, because we have a problem with pain. So when we get behind the bottle, we know that there is such incredible things, especially when it comes to chemistry. And so we would be remiss if we did not go together today behind the bottle and learn more about the sourcing of Copaiba, why it matters, who it's helping, and the difference that it's making in the world. So with no further ado, let's dive in.
Isso de todo dia eu manter minha família, para mim é muito importante, que não falta para eles.
This is Dr. Hill. He's already went through and cut down our path and cleared it all out. And
oh my goodness.
So
we are so grateful. Thank you so much. Their main collection season is between January and June, when the water is high. So now we're going to go up and see the Copaiba trees firsthand and see how they collect the resin.
They don't branch out for quite a while. They're growing straight up through the forest.
How tall do they get?
E ela chega a dar aí seus 30 metros de altura.
30 to 40 years. He's looking up at the tree, and he's looking for the first main branch that's breaking off, and he's following that line down the trunk of the tree here. And that has a vein that he's going to try and tap into.
We're going to take whatever the tree gives us, and that's what we're turning into the oil.
Here about an hour and a half as he's drilled through the tree to collect just this much oil. It's about 50% yields. We'll get about half as much oil. And then he'll come back to this tree 6 months later, and he'll be able to get about a liter worth of resin from this tree. Work without people like Josemar, who love these trees, who've been trained up by his father and now is training his sons, and has done this for 30 years. We're very, very grateful to have partners that we can trust.
I love the sense of pride that he carries with him.
He's pretty amazing.
Mas eu me orgulho disso, de todo dia eu manter minha família, né, sem ter assim estudo. Eu me sinto alegre por isso, feliz. Porque todo dia eu vejo meu filho tem o alimento, seu café, seu almoço, sua janta. Então para isso para mim é muito importante, que não falta para eles.
Guys, isn't that just so wonderful? People who are changing our lives so much with this incredible Copaiba straight from Brazil. Their lives are also blessed and changed. And I love how eco-friendly things are when you do it with doTERRA. These trees that we go and tap, our partners go and tap, it's actually regenerative to the trees. It makes them healthier, it makes them stronger, and they're actually able to produce more and more as time goes on, because it's responsibly and sustainably harvested the way it has been for like a millennia in Brazil. Copaiba is a sacred, wonderful powerful tool. And we're so, so grateful to be able to look behind the bottle and see our co-impact sourcing partners on the ground whose lives are being changed by you and I utilizing this product and sharing this product, and by working with a company like doTERRA that gives fair and on-time payments and is just such a reputable and reliable supplier, which in today's day and age, friends, integrity is everything. How we do anything is how we do everything. And this is why we love doTERRA so, so much. So what is the difference, Dr. Goff? So many people ask us, what's the difference between the rub and the stick? And I'm like, well, difference number one, you don't have it on your hands, so you don't have to worry about getting it other places, you know.
Right. I'm curious to know how many people have used the Deep Blue rub or oil. They've given them either themselves or someone else want a massage, and then a little while later, maybe you wiped your eye, you blew your nose or something, and then got a little bit of the Deep Blue kind of near your eyes. What's nice to know, not going to cause any damage, but it can be a little strong, a little potent. Okay, so one of the benefits of the Deep Blue stick is you're not going to get it on your hands. Okay.
Right.
Another benefit that I'll go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Yep.
Dr. Thompson knows.
That will wake you up. Another reason why I like the Deep Blue stick, if I'm having some back discomfort, I loved it with the stick. I actually get a little more reach, and it's easier for me to put on. I'm not as flexible as my kids, and so getting around to my back is starting to become a little bit of a challenge. And I loved it with the Deep Blue stick. I can get just about anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
And like Cole points out, right? Like both are good. She says, I use both. It's not nice not to have it on my hands. I feel the cream gets into my skin better. So you can choose, right? You can do one, you can do both, you can do all three together. I love that the stick includes Copaiba essential oil. It's the only member of the Deep Blue family that does thus far. I love that it's quick drying, it's fast acting, and that it provides maximum over-the-counter strength plant-based menthol at 10%. And so we are free and easy to shout loud from the rooftops the truth that this is a solution for the problem of pain, gets to the root causes, and does it in a way that's natural, safe, affordable, and effective, which is so, so good.
Now, I like the rub. Alex, you see what Dee said? I dollop the rub onto the stick and use the stick to rub the lotion on my skin while keeping my hands clean. That is genius.
Genius.
I like that.
That is,
I would have never thought of that.
Using the stick as actually an application method. That is genius. Guys, let's all be like Dee. That is so smart.
So I was going to say, the reason I like the rub is when I want to massage an area.
Right.
Okay. So if I really want to kind of
get in there,
I love using a rub because it does make massage so easy.
Right.
So I like using a rub when I'm massaging, definitely over the Deep Blue. And then I like the Deep Blue oil when I'm doing things like the hand technique, aroma touch, or when we're traveling and we've kind of got your pack. I love that it's in there, and it's another.
We've got all of our
easy to go
sticks:
to.
Breathe stick, Serenity stick, Frankincense stick, and Deep Blue stick, all in that pack, all ready to go at a moment's notice when we need them. And gosh, boy, howdy, are we grateful to have it. What a difference. So there's so many reasons to use Deep Blue stick, so many things that make it so powerful, so beneficial. Again, we encourage you to download these slides that are available on Heights, utilize them to educate, shout from the rooftops, tell people that this is available to them. It's 10% off this month, and it's making a difference all around the world. And we're so very grateful for that. The maximum benefits, the one and only Emily Wright, who we absolutely love and adore, says, learn how to maximize Deep Blue. Drop the Deep Blue oil on the Deep Blue stick. So Dee, look at that. You're such a genius. You're like thinking like Emily Wright these days. He likes to put the rub on there. She likes to put the oil on that. I mean, maximize. That is just something that we can do.
And what I love is we look at these like lists of oils. You guys have already mentioned them. Right? Using aroma touch and Deep Blue for your shoulder.
Lavender, lemongrass.
When it comes to the pain, the Siberian or the white fur.
Yeah. Well, white fur is what we originally had. Siberian fur actually adds to the benefits, right? It has additional chemistry. And fun fact about Siberian fir, it is our only wood oil that is actually safe for internal consumption. And so you can get some of those benefits internally without worrying about using it. It's safe and highly recommended for internal consumption. We really, really love that. So let's hear your pro tips though. Okay. So our first person said, I no longer use NSAIDs. So I've been on the hunt for something that can help with the inflammation in my knees and shoulders. Last week it was especially bad as I was really active. The only thing that would help me keep moving was using the Deep Blue stick in combination with frankincense stick. Using those reduce the inflammation and will help me walk. I will not be without either of those again. That's awesome.
Okay, so Kathy says I had pain in my legs and feel after my chemotherapy treatments. So I used the Deep Blue stick after treatments and at night. My pain was gone in the morning. That's
Amazing,
awesome.
Kathy.
So after each treatment, it became a habit for me. The relief was a true blessing for me. We are so grateful for our Deep Blue and all our Deep Blue products.
And all of our doTERRA products. Kathy, we're so
doTERRA.
grateful. We're so grateful for you sharing that. So many people know someone or love someone or they themselves going through treatments, and to know that this worked for you will make a big difference for them. So thank you for sharing that. Amy says, my aunt was dealing with severe pain in her hands due to arthritis. She couldn't even open a milk jug lid. I gave her the Deep Blue rub and stick to try. As she used it, her pain stopped. She couldn't believe how well it worked. She has continued to use it on her hands as well as other areas of extreme pain. She now has much more mobility and is certainly a product of the product. Amy, way to go. How lucky she is and blessed she is to have you.
Yeah, I love using the Deep Blue stick for
Layla
muscle.
says.
Yep, Layla says, sorry. I love using the Deep Blue stick for muscle support, pain relief, and ease in strain. But to really boost its effectiveness, I add a drop of Deep Blue oil and Copaiba on the top. This combination amplifies and accelerates the soothing benefits, making it even more effective for recovery. My college athlete daughter swears by this extra step. She uses it after every workout to support her muscle and reduce soreness. It is her go-to solution for quick relief and comfort.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Layla. Martha says Deep Blue is one of the top 3 oil products with Breathe and Tri-Ease. I've used it extensively before I had knee and 2 hips replaced. Girl, gosh, that is a lot. I'm so glad you have these things. So a knee and 2 hips. I still use it for lower back pain. I especially love the ease of using the newest stick with Copaiba and encourage everyone to get something to scrape out all that is left inside. Scrape it out inside the stick holder. I'm with you, Martha. Every last drop, right? You'll be amazed at how much is left. Thank you so much for that pro tip.
I used, Heidi says, I use Deep Blue stick on the back of my neck with a drop of Deep Blue oil on it for tension headaches. So relieving.
Oh, that's awesome, Heidi. You're thinking like Emily, right? That is brilliant. That's awesome. And then Dee shares with us, I like to add a dollop of Deep Blue rub on the stick, then rub it over the desired area for added effects and to keep my hands clean. Atta girl. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much for sharing those with us. Again, those and so many others are on our personal Facebook page. You guys are welcome to go see those testimonials, add your testimonials, shout them from the rooftops, share them worldwide. Everyone needs to know there are solutions, natural solutions that are safer and cheaper and more affordable for the problem with pain. We have answers and we have the moral obligation, I feel like, to tell the world. So we do have something exciting. We've also got the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex, which is different, right? Sometimes people get bummed because they can't use Deep Blue oil or stick internally, but the Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex is absolutely incredible. We just deep dived into this with you guys 3 weeks ago when we did the deep dive on supplements. So we will refer you back to that and we'll put that in the treasure box with this when we release this video on Heights tomorrow. But really quickly, we did want you to know that the Deep Blue polyphenols are incredible. They're water-soluble antioxidants that come from a variety of sources. And the polyphenols are so complex. They're things like resveratrol, right? Things like the non-caffeinated part of green tea, cactin, and grape and pomegranate juices. All of these wonderful things put together in our Deep Blue that help reduce and protect against oxidative damage and free radicals. And it is like so good because it gets to the root cause. Inside we've got frankincense, which supports muscle and joint discomfort function. That's a boswellic acid. We have turmeric, which soothes discomfort, green tea, which is powerful free radical fighting support. Again, that contains no part of the tea plant that is caffeinated. We never, ever, ever offer anything from doTERRA to be used internally that's a central nervous stimulant. Sometimes people are worried about that when we say green tea, but just know that we only use the parts of the plants that contain absolutely no caffeine and all of the incredible, incredible benefits. Ginger, which is an unsung hero at soothing aches and discomfort. We love ginger oil and we love ginger herb. Pomegranate, which is powerful free radical fighting support. Grapeseed, which assists with proper oxidative stress response, and then resveratrol, which soothes aches and discomfort. It also includes ginger root, peppermint leaf, and caraway that promote digestibility and bioavailability. This is a extraordinary resource for people who are looking to manage acute and chronic conditions and just optimize inflammation rates in their body so that they can feel good more often and live younger, longer. So we love, there's so many reasons to use Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. What is your number one reason? Why do you reach to it as a daily go-to? Because I know you do, Dr. Goff.
My daily one is, this is an easy way to have a systemic effect at helping to reduce pain and inflammation in the body. It's got frankincense and it's got turmeric, which are both really, really good at helping to magnify the benefits when it comes to using Deep Blue.
And so just remember, if you want to use Deep Blue internally, don't use the rub, don't use the stick, don't use the oil, use those topically. Those are all for topical use. You can also use the oil aromatically, but if you're going to use a part of the Deep Blue line internally, this is a completely different set of ingredients than we have in the stick itself or in the oil itself. These are polyphenols and they are phenomenally powerful in our Deep Blue Polyphenol Complex. So we love to add it. If you want that 1, 2, 3, 4 knockout, you got Deep Blue Polyphenols, Copaiba soft gels, turmeric dual chamber capsules, and frankincense boswellic addict complex. You put those 4 things together, and I double dog dare you to find a problem with pain that these things cannot provide. Systemic, long-term, sustained, root cause, cellular-based solutions. They are phenomenal things, and we're so grateful to have them. But speaking of turmeric dual chamber capsules, we had a giveaway, and the lucky winner who put in her testimonial or pro tip is, congratulations, Heidi Hoffman. Ooh. So everyone give a big cheer for Heidi Hoffman. Heidi, please send us your address. You can send that to us on Heights platform or through our texting platform, or any way that makes it easy for you. And we are so excited for you to receive those turmeric dual chamber capsules. We'll drop them in the mail to you today if you'll get us your address. So congratulations, and thank you again to everyone who shared your testimonials, your experiences, and your pro tips. Keep them coming. The world needs to know. So we want to give 2 quick announcements before we let you go on your way from this wonderful Lunch and Learn today. First of all, on Thursday, September 17th, we are going to have natural solutions for a healthier, happier you. This has both of our pictures on there, but actually you're just going to get me. This is an introduction to essential oils class that we want you to just invite the whole world to, right? Invite your friends, invite your associates, invite anyone that you want to. We will, just so you know, at the end of this class, be directing everyone to go and buy their products from the person who invited them to the class. So make sure that you've got your refer a friend or your share link ready at the end of the class, because when they are ready to get started, we want to make sure that they are tied and associated to the person who brought them there, who is their ideal wellness advocate. And of course, that's you. So save the date. Everyone is absolutely welcome. We hope that you'll all join us there at Natural Solutions for a Healthier, Happier You. And then the following week, you're going to get just Dr. Goff, because you are going to have Doc Talk. So this is an opportunity for you to ask any questions that you have about doTERRA, natural solutions, and Western medicine, where it all convenes, where it all comes together. Yep. Ask your hardest questions, and Dr. Goff will do his best to answer them. He wants to be your natural solutions minded board certified physician that while he's not your physician, he is a physician that can give you guidance on what he might do in whatever circumstances that you have questions about. And he does his best when you have specific product questions to reach out directly to the other scientists at doTERRA and get the answers so that he can come back and be prepared to answer your questions. So that's going to be on June 25th. Make sure that you have your questions submitted either on Heights platform or through our texting platform by July 23rd, so that he has a couple of days to make sure that he has got all the right resources in order for you and ready to go. And then our final reminder today is that our new edition of the Whole Community Recipe Book is available for all of you guys. In fact, Miss Melody is going to be dropping a preview link into the chat right now. This is all the recipes that we love most, whether they be from, I'm a PhD functional nutritionist, things cooking in the kitchen with doTERRA products, to our raw juices from our raw juice bar, our smoothies from our raw juice bar that integrate doTERRA products, clear to our DIYs for home care, personal care, just all kinds of things. We've put it all together. It's available now, free download on our Heights platform for platform members. And then we also have Amazon printing coming soon. So keep your eyes out for that. Big shout out to Miss Melody, who has gone way above and beyond in making this compiled in such a beautiful, such a wonderful way. We're so grateful for her and everything that she does for us always. We also have this Community Summer BOGO ebook. And that's what she's dropping a link to the preview for. Sorry, Melody, I said the wrong thing. So in the chat, you're going to get a preview to the BOGO ebook that we put together for you guys, which is a curated collection of recipes and ideas. It's available for download on our platform right now. But if you want a little preview, if you're not on Heights platform yet, feel free to click on the link that Miss Melody will share with us. And that is available for you guys. So if you want just the QR code directly to the Heights platform, just take a little screenshot, or use your smartphone to go through the QR code, and that will take you directly to where you can download it right now on the Heights platform. So exciting. Remember, we want you to stay connected. If you'd like to know more about our free All is Welcome, more the merrier, continuing education like this that we have going on today, and the ones that we've announced, just text the keyword oils CE, all lowercase and all one word, to the telephone number 605-432-8639. And that will put you on a list where we will send out exclusively information about our continuing education offerings that all are welcome to. You don't have to have a membership. If you're with doTERRA, you're with us. Feel free. Again, the more the merrier. And that's how you get information on that and the links to that. And then we also have our whole community that is hosted by Heights platform. And Heights does have a small monthly fee to access. But again, it's the more the merrier. There's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of education and continuing education, all the resources, ebooks, challenges, everything that we have produced, it's all put there in an absolutely beautiful, perfectly organized resource with toolboxes for all the different things that we've talked about. So there's a toolbox for Deep Blue, there's a toolbox for Copaiba, there's a toolbox for MetaPower. All of those things have been put together so beautifully. And of course, the wind beneath our wings, Miss Melody, is responsible for making everything beautiful and worthy that is beautiful and worthy in our professional world. So a big shout out to her for all the work she does on the ebooks, on these beautiful slideshows on Heights platform. And big shout out to all of you guys for being curious, for being engaged, for sharing and caring. We have some really good questions and testimonials in the comments. We know that we've already taken more than your lunch hour. And so we will add your questions to the Doc Talk question list, put them right at the top of the list. Miss Melody will make sure we prioritize those. So make sure you come back for Doc Talk on the 25th. And then if you have testimonials, we'll be sure to add them to the resources that are uploaded to Heights platform with this recording, with the link to all of the slide deck and all the other things that we talked about today on our call. So thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us and for those amazing tips. Love that. I'm totally going to put some deep blue rub on my stick.
Yes, and I will see you next Thursday for our intro to doTERRA, natural solutions for a happier, healthier you. Right here, invite your friends, invite your associates, invite anyone who wants to learn more about doTERRA, and just be prepared, because at the end, we're not going to give them our link. We're actually going to send them right back to you for yours so that you can help them get started on their doTERRA journey, because they deserve the solutions that you have to offer. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Take care.
Thank you.